The film starts with Chuck being shown that he was shocked to see that the luxurious bungalow, which he had bought by paying a huge amount, was dripping with rainwater. He immediately made a picture of this thing and sent it to the property agent and started cursing him in his heart. After this, he went to his wife Maria's studio to check if water was dripping there as well. His wife Maria was a fashion designer and was doing a live session at this time and was sharing her designing experience. Luckily, his studio was completely dry. Then Chuck's eyes fell on an old modeling dummy standing in the corner of the room. His wife liked it so much that she brought it with her to the new bungalow. After this, he went outside the bungalow to check if there was any issue outside as well. Then his neighbor came to Chuck. He was surprised that how did this bungalow get sold? During their conversation, the neighbor revealed a secret that the old owner of the house had committed suicide in this house. Hearing this, he was completely shocked because the property agent did not give him this information. Then he came back and started looking at the pictures of the leakage again. Then he notices a short gun in one of the pictures. Although there was no weapon in his house, he gets confused as to where this gun came from. But the strange sentence did not stop here. The next morning when he was walking in the garden of the bungalow, his eyes fell on the modeling dummy of his wife, which was standing in a strange way in the garden. Then the neighbor came again and started looking into the whole matter. Chuck suspected that this could be the mischief of his sister because a few months ago, due to the death of their mother in an accident, his sister's mental condition had become a little bad. Then the neighbor advises Chuck to pay attention to his sister's mental condition. Along with this, he also suggests him to go to the nearby library and read the history of this area along with. This he also invites him to come to a meeting of a local group. In the afternoon, Chuck went to the library, and after flipping through the books, he finds a book in which the deep history of this small village is written. As soon as he started leaving, he saw that some books Chuck's body is lying on the floor, and he also sees a crying girl who warns him not to take so much interest in the secrets of this place, or else the consequences can be very dangerous. But Chuck ignores her, thinking she is mad, and reaches the library counter with the books. When the librarian saw the books, her eyes were wide open. She immediately warned Chuck not to search for this special place because no one has been able to reach there till now. Chuck tells that I did not think anything like this. I just want to understand the history. He also tells about the crying girl and the books scattered on the floor. The librarian suddenly became serious, and he immediately leaves from there. Then Chuck also returns home quietly. After coming home, he started reading books which were related to a secret conference of 1980. Then suddenly the doorbell rang. One of his students was standing outside the door who had come to take music class. Chuck was a music teacher, and today his student came to learn music for the first time. In the beginning, the student was getting very nervous and started drinking water in the kitchen. Chuck went to get the piano so that his mood could be lightened a bit, but then suddenly the piano melody started echoing in the whole room. It seemed as if it was a professional performance. Chuck was shocked because when he looked back, the student was standing at the kitchen door. Seeing this, both of them were very surprised. When he came back towards the piano, everything had become quiet, and the woman about whom the student had told was not found. Seeing this, she got very scared and immediately ran away from there. At night, Chuck was alone because his wife had gone out of the house for office work. That is why he went to attend the garden club meeting told by the neighbor. There was a discussion going on a very sensitive topic which people of this village usually do not even like to touch. There were only 6 people in the meeting. When he notices that the man working in the library has also come here, they were talking about a girl named Helen Foster who recently tried to commit suicide. The librarian tells that all this is reminding me of that old incident that happened in 1980. When a woman named Helen took her own life, her daughter was constantly being harassed in school, and no one came forward to help her. Then in anger and sorrow, Helen shot herself in her own house. Since then, a mysterious suicide occurs every year in this village. People believe that all this is happening because of Helen's spirit. They believe that Helen's house was haunted by the spirit of Helen. Now no one is able to find him until the truth is revealed. This matter is not going to stop. The meeting was gradually becoming scary, so it was decided to end it. But as soon as Chuck came out, he heard the sound of a woman laughing from the old church nearby. He came home terrified and went to his sister Isabelle's room. Isabelle had still not come out of the grief of her mother's death and often had nightmares in which she saw her mother again and again. Whenever this happened, she would come to Chuck and tell him about her fear so that her mind could be lightened. This evening, Isabelle's school friend came to their house to meet Isabelle. He had lived in this village since childhood, and he was informed about many dark stories of this place. He told Isabelle the whole story of Helen's suicide in great detail. At night, when Isabelle was sleeping, the bathroom light turned on automatically. She got up and switched off the light, but after a while it turned on again. She felt as if the switch was faulty, so she removed the bulb and kept it on the side table of the bed. But as soon as she tries to sleep again, something very strange starts happening. The mysterious things are not stopping at all. Next morning, when Isabelle opens her eyes, she sees that the sun has come out. At first, she feels as if it was a bad dream, but when she sees the bulb on the side table of her bed, she realizes that whatever happened last night was all real. Isabelle immediately tells this to her friend. Then she gets a call from her brother Chuck, who asks Isabelle to come back home immediately. When Isabelle reaches home, she sees that her sister-in-law Maria is very nervous. Actually, some time ago, Maria was doing a live session in her studio, then something strange happened. The hand of the dummy model behind her starts moving on its own. At the same time, her best friend, who was watching the live, immediately calls her. Then Maria feels that maybe she wants to question me about the bridal dress. That is why Maria makes a video and sells it and tells that the dress is already ready. But when she sits in front of the camera again, she is surprised because the dummy model she had disappeared from there. She did not realize at first that she was moving, and then her friend started sending messages asking her to immediately get out of the room, but Maria took these things lightly and continued her live session. After some time, when she went to show the dress of the dummy model, she saw that she was not there. Suddenly, a loud sound came from the nearby room. Maria was scared at first, but then she moved towards that room with fear. Then she realized the truth of the dummy model. When Chuck heard all this, he came home without wasting time, and together they set the dummy on fire. Chuck told that the previous owner of his bungalow had committed suicide here, so it is possible that some evil force is present here. It was decided that they will leave this bungalow. Isabelle was told to pack all her things and shift to the college hostel. Then Isabelle's friend also came to help them. Meanwhile, her friend's eyes fell on a picture hanging on the wall in which Isabelle and her mother were together. He told Isabelle, a shocking thing that your mother does not look like the one you described in the picture and looks completely different in person. Isabelle was shocked and immediately told that my mother had died in an accident a few months back. Hearing this, her friend was also shocked because he had seen her mother walking around in the house some time back. Both were thinking about this confusion when they heard the sound of utensils falling in the kitchen downstairs. Both of them reached downstairs in a panic, but as soon as they reached downstairs, the atmosphere of the house seemed to have changed completely. The cold in the room had become too much, and the wind was also blowing strangely like sobs. His friend could not tolerate all this and went out on some pretext. As soon as he went, Isabelle heard someone calling her name from behind. Scared, she looked back but could not see anything. Then, suddenly Maria came and started stopping her, but Isabelle said that she would not rest until she found out this mystery. Then both of them ran to their respective rooms in a panic. After a while, there was a sound of screaming from Maria's room. Isabelle comes running towards her. The door was slowly opening on its own. Maria was very scared. She comes crying into Isabelle's room. There was fear on her face and blood was flowing from her nose. But she herself was not aware what was happening to her. When the situation calmed down a bit, Isabelle's friend returns. He had an old map in his hand. He told that by combining the planner's book of 1923 and the current map of the city, I have found the correct address of a very old place. Name it is 825 Forest Road, which is also the name of the story. Chuck had now decided that he himself will go and talk to the person who cheated on his wife. Isabelle also insists on going with him. Just then an agent comes outside who came to ask for help for an ad shoot, but Chuck had to go out immediately for that important work. Maria, whose condition was normal from before, stays to help the agent. Isabelle felt something was wrong, that is why she asked her friend to stay with Maria while Chuck and Isabelle together set out towards that old address, i.e. 825 Forest Road. On the way, Chuck said that if this turns out to be the same house, Then I will set this house on fire while Maria was helping the agent in the ad shoot, but suddenly the agent started speaking in some strange, unknown language. On the other hand, Chuck and Isabelle, now passing through the dense forest, reached a ruined house. She broke the window and came inside and started looking for some number-like sign. Isabelle slowly went to the upper floor and saw that this mansion was completely different from inside. It is like Chuck's house, then someone's shadow passes behind it. At the same time, when Maria was at home, she suddenly started talking about the old incident of 1980. She says that my daughter was harassed badly in school. She asked for help from people many times, but no one extended a helping hand. Actually, the soul of that woman who had committed suicide, i.e. Helen, had completely entered Maria's body. On the other hand, Chuck found a wooden box under the ground, in which there were many letters which were written to the school. These letters were written by the same woman, but all of them came back. The address of her house was also written on the letter. Jag realizes that the address of the previous house, i.e. that woman's house, and the address of his house, i.e. 825 Forest Road, are the same place. This is the reason why the soul comes to this house, because it used to be hers once. When he went upstairs in fear to take Isabelle, because they had to leave from here immediately, but Isabelle was standing quietly at one place. On the other hand, Isabelle's friend was also convinced that Maria had a ghost. Something strange is happening. He deliberately asked her the name of her daughter. Suddenly Maria started screaming loudly and started laughing like a mad woman. After a few moments, everything became quiet. Isabelle's friend thought that the spirit had left, but Isabelle's eyes remained wide open in surprise. An invisible hand had held her shoulders tightly. When Chuck saw this, he ran towards her and quickly tried to save Isabelle, but suddenly some invisible force pulled both of them inside the old room. We come to know that the spirit of that woman, i.e. Helen's spirit, made Isabelle and Zach her prey and killed them. She is doing this to take revenge from the people of the town, because at that time the people of the town did not help her at all, even if someone is innocent. Whoever comes to the town, his death is certain. Helen plays with everyone in different ways and kills them. She will keep doing this until her mystery is solved and her soul gets peace. And with this horrifying ending, the story ends. The story of the film also ends here.